Very hard-fought game and a fortunate victory for us, certainly hard-earned, but Stanford had their chances. Really credit our team. Free throws sometimes are underrated, and not only did we go 25 for 29 from the foul line on the game, but I would say in the last 4 minutes, we probably went to the free throw line 4 times for 8 points. And if you don't make both, you make one. You're up 2, you miss both. The tie game, he put us up 2. But Chance and Alonzo were terrific in terms of clutch free throw shooting. And really, it was our free throw shooting that made up for some other things that we didn't do as well. I knew before the game that Stanford had improved a lot. Reed Travis is a terrific player, and I don't know if anybody in our conference is doing a better job coaching his team than Jared is. As a first-year head coach, his system continues to improve, as oftentimes is the case when you have a really good coach. He has an experienced team, and they're on the uptick. They're a better basketball team now than maybe they've been throughout the season. And that's really to their credit. They came into McHale, played a great game, had a really good game plan, and certainly gave themselves an opportunity to win.
What are your concerns after tonight? You played obviously well enough to win, the free throws you talked about, but some of the other things that are kind of lingering still in the last couple of weeks?
Well, tonight we had a hard time rebounding. You have to block your man out. You can't turn and look. We had too many times where we made a miss the first time. That's hard enough. When you have an offensive team that's really in sync and working hard to create good opportunities, and they shoot it and miss, when they get second shots, it breaks your back. And I'm telling you, they had 8 second chance points at the half, and I don't know what they ended up in the game. I'm going to say 17. That might be understated. They had 2, I think, 3-point plays on offensive rebounds. We couldn't keep Reed Travis off the glass, but we couldn't keep Michael Humphrey off the glass. They had 9 offensive rebounds. We have big guys that aren't blocking out. And it's not about your offense. It's not about this. It's about you have to hit the man in the chest. You got to turn. You got to keep people off the glass. And the same thing with guards. Guards have a responsibility to rebound. And when you let teams get 17 second chance points, it really puts a lot of pressure on your ability to win. And the other thing is we have a number of players that can't guard their man. There's constant dribble drive, and that's part of why they get second shots, because when the dribble is going into the paint and they're beating their man, then we have to help. And when the help comes and the shot goes up, you're not in good block out position. You have to guard the ball. You have to be able to guard the dribble. And those 2 things let us down badly on defense. Second shots and off the dribble. And there's going to be a couple of guys that you're not going to see play in the game. Like, I'm not putting them in the game if they're not going to be able to guard the man in front of them. Same thing rebounding the ball. We're in February. Everybody knows how to block out. Everybody knows how hard you have to work at that. And if you just turn and look, you're not going to play. And I think eventually that will either break us or repair us. But we're not going to go down a good path when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, rebounding the ball.
The second chance points, does that correlate into the points in the paint too, because they scored a ton?
And we're playing against an unbelievable player. The word pro is thrown around way too much at Arizona because of the great history of our program. We have guys that think they're NBA players, and they can't guard the ball. They can't guard the ball. Like, not only are you not getting picked, you're not getting invited to camp. Nobody's going to take a chance on a guy who can't guard the man in front. And same thing with shots go up. You can't block out right now in February and keep your man from second shots. And there's nobody picking you. Just because Richard Jefferson got picked doesn't mean you're getting picked. You have to earn it every game, every day. And we've built up a lot of equity by the season that we've had. But tonight, the effort level rebounding, the irresponsibility rebounding, and the number of guys who just can't guard the ball, it allows us to be vulnerable. And you know what? Cal is a great basketball team. They're playing really well. And they're the type of team who will come in here and just smash us all over the floor. So we have to go from where we are tonight, and we have to be as ready as we can on Saturday night, because we're playing against a very good basketball team who might be playing as well as anybody in the Pac-12.
Do you feel like mentally, at least, maybe any carryover from Saturday, maybe just in the back of their minds?
Maybe for you. Not for these guys. They forgot about that. We lost 1 game.
You started,
But you're not, I mean, you beat this team by 39 points in January.
That's the problem. It's the problem. It wasn't like anyone gave us an 8 clap for beating them in Stanford at 39 points. Great job, Arizona. It's like what you're supposed to do. You know how hard it is to beat a team in the Pac-12 on the road by 39 points? I mean, just because you beat them by 39 points doesn't mean you're going to beat them by 39 the next time. Teams get better. Coaches do a great job. And you know what? When we play really, really well, that doesn't mean you're going to play really, really well every game. But they came in here as an experienced, good team that's really improved. And when you give teams 17, 20 points on second chance points, and you have guys who can't guard the ball, can't guard the man in front of them, look, I don't care what the name is on your chest here. It's all even. And we have to do a better job, and we have to get our guys to do a better job, and we have to hold them accountable to minutes played.
Some of these guys that you're talking about can't guard the ball, is it more of an attention lapse thing or having trouble getting around screens?
I don't know. I just know that it's one guy after another that's getting beat off the dribble, and we have to solve it. You know, you can only help so much. You know, the more you try to help off the ball, the more it leads to three-point shots, which happened a couple of times. The more it leads to offensive rebounds, and that was part of our problem. But it's determination. It has to be really important. And, you know, it's like if you don't guard the basketball, then you're not going to play. And the guys that are in the game, if they do that better, that's the group we have to go with, for sure.
Where does Chance rate on this? He seemed to have a really good game today.
He did. I thought we wouldn't have won today if Chance didn't play the way he played. He probably gave up a couple second shots as well, but every guy on our team did. But he had 6 defensive rebounds. You talk about clutch free throws. I mean, he went to the line under the 4-minute mark, 6-minute mark, and really hit some big, big free throws. 7 for 8 from the line, 11 points. And, you know, Dusan has been great for us. Tonight wasn't his night. I mean, he's been as consistent as any big guy that we've had. And they did a really good job on him. And he didn't score. He made 1 field goal, which we're not used to that. But Chance stepped up. And I think that, you know, that's what a good team has. Different players on different nights that can step up.
Freer gets on the line 12 times. What did you think of his game overall?
You know, Alonzo obviously clutched down the stretch. You know, he had 22 points. You know, I thought some of his turnovers, 4 turnovers, he has to be better. You know, you have 4 turnovers as a guard in the game. That's not very good. But the one thing about him, he's always attacking. He has great confidence in himself. And the one thing is, tonight we did a much better job against their zone. You know, judging it as a coach, you have to judge the possessions that you get a good shot and miss. We had a couple of really good shots that we didn't make. We drew fouls. Lowry hit a big, big 3 in the left corner. I thought we moved the ball, shared the ball, and our attack against the zone, the way we handled the zone, again, was a big reason that we won the game because, like every team right now, they're really putting up a lot of zones against us.
you started Trier, and he had his first 3 shots, I think it was. Do you see him kind of getting used to being the guy early or whatever?
Yeah, no, we're a work in progress with a lot of things with him. You know, we need him to be more of a consistent leader. I don't think it's easy to be a leader when you've missed 19 games. So that's part of welcoming him back. But, you know, we don't win the game tonight if he doesn't play the way he played. And I think everybody in this room knows how talented he is on offense. He also had 7 defensive rebounds, which he's doing a great, great job there. But we need him to be complete. We need him to handle the ball. We need him to protect the ball. We need him to make shots. He's an important part for us down the stretch.